Hey guys, and welcome back. We've got another unit for you here that's kind of more of an exercise, actually. What I was hoping for this, and I'm going to attach some different worksheets for you here, is that you could take different figures and start to play with the lighting and then figure out how you want to approach the rendering. So in this course, we've got, different methods of rendering, and it's kind of up to you which one you want to choose, whether you're strong with a pencil or with ink or whatever it is, right? My buddy Mike Van Orden here, he drew up this sketch of Captain Korea. Actually, the first sketch is by a man named Guy Sharp, and then the other turnaround is by Mike. I colored this first sketch, so this is me rendering, and you could see what did I do. If we really try to break it down, what's happening here? The normal costume is white and black with the teguki swirl in the middle, right? Okay, so that's the basic, white, black, and red and blue in the middle, right? Okay, so that's the basic flat colors, right? But what did I do? How did I approach this drawing? Well, you can kind of see, I'll even color code it here for us. I've got a blue rim light coming from this direction, and I've got a bit of an orangish glow coming from this direction, right? So you can see how it hits on this side here, on the inside, and you can see how the blue is on the outside, right? Maybe this blue is more of a secondary. I think this one is kind of more of a primary, right? Okay, so now what I want you to do is figure out what you're going to do for this turnaround. Here, I'll back it a little bit so you can see them all. Much better. You can print this out a bunch of times. It's really up to you, right? What I would recommend is figure out maybe your primary light. So let's say this first one, the primary light is up above, right? Okay, now once you've chosen that up above, that overhead lighting, right? How would you do it? Well, when it comes to the white, for example, you might have just a little bit of a heavier line in the peck, a little bit of shading in here, and then coming down in here. Again, it depends on what style you're choosing to render. Maybe just a little bit at the bottom of the delt, that type of thing. Whereas in, you might choose to, for an example, and this is going to look really ugly because I'm doing it in orange here, right? But I want to do this as an example. This is all going to be blacked out. And then you could come in and kind of like say, okay, well, here's where the peck might come. Here's another line, that type of thing, right? Like using the fact that the light is coming from up top here, maybe even more so, you might have a bigger type of line in there, right? Okay. This is your exercise. This is what I want you to do. Take this turnaround sheet and roll with it. Render with it. Right now, it's just kind of like a basic character turnaround that has some very sketchy lines, right? Use the color guide off to the side and use for that center black. How are you going to do it? Is it going to be heavy inks? What are you going to do with it, right? Are you actually going to throw colors in? You're going to bust out pencil crayons? The rendering choice is yours. I'm just trying to get you to really think of this as an exercise that will bring you into starting to look at more sheets and how you would approach different characters. What if the character is all dressed in white? What if they're all in black? That's why I kind of chose the contrast here to really get you thinking, how are you going to approach the rendering for a white part of the costume and a black part? Plus he's got, you could throw in the skin there and that type of thing, right? So this one has a little bit of a challenge to it. Guys, I'm excited to see how you're going to render. And you know what? As always, send them to me. I'm excited to see what you get done, and have fun.